G'day everyone and welcome to our 10th episode of the Swoopers, of course the DFR racing show, taking a look at all of the action across Australia on Saturday, November 16th. The Flemington Carnival is all but done, but the Swoopers lives on because it's Zipping Classic Day this Saturday and it's another big day of horse racing right around the country. Of course, I'm Tim from Before You Bet. I'll be taking you through all of the team selections here at DFR to find you some winners in this Saturday's SportChamps tournaments. And SportChamps have put on a few good tournaments for us this Saturday. We've got two $10,000 tournaments for the Metro tracks. As per usual, your $50 buy-in with those, with a choice of no rebuy or one rebuy. So throw in your $50 for a chance to share in $10,000. If you want to play a little bit smaller, we've got the two $5,000 tournaments on offer for the $20 buy-in. Once again, those are for the Metro tracks only, and you get your choice of no rebuy or one rebuy with those. So plenty of options as SportChamps this weekend. We need to find you some winners so that we can take home some cash. If you're keen for some help throughout the Saturday action, be sure to jump on the DFR website. You can find all of our selections from the DFR team in our Swoopers article. And let's get straight into the selections from the team this Saturday. We'll start off with my selections, and my best bet of the day comes up at Sandown in race number 5. It's horse number 2, Crystal Dreamer. This horse won first up from a very long spell. He then was a little bit unlucky running third last start, but comes into this primed third up from a spell. He's got a terrific record at this distance. He's undefeated at the track and distance, and he's won 3 of his 6 starts when third up from a spell. I think he ticks a lot of boxes. I think $5.50 is a terrific price. You can either back him on the nose or each way all day. I think he'll be very hard to beat. That's race 5, number 2, Crystal Dreamer. My best value bet of the day is a little bit earlier. It's race number 3, and I'm with horse number 9, Oasis Girl. She's unlucky not to be undefeated this preparation. She was luckless first up from a spell. She never got a crack at him, but she bounced back to win her next 2 starts. I think the format of those races will prove to be fairly strong, and I think she can bring that form into this race and prove to be a strong winning hope once again. She's an $8.50 chance. I think she's a bit better than what the market currently rates her, and I think she can make it 3 wins on the bounce. That's race 3, number 9, Oasis Girl. My tip for the big one, the Zipping Classic, it's race number 8. I'm with number 1, Humidor, a little bit by default. It's not an overly strong edition of the race, but if this horse was to bring his best form, he would win. I think the key today is the blinkers going back on. He's kind of been poking around here and there without showing a lot, but the blinkers might just switch him back on like they did for his runs in the Cox Plate in years gone past. If he was to bring that kind of form, as I said, he'd be winning this. So hopefully that sparks him into life and we can see him get back in the winner's stall. That's race number 8, the Zipping Classic, horse number 1, Humidor. Stu Brown, his tips for Sandown. His best bet of the day comes up in race number 2. He's with number 4, Azuro. This is, of course, the Sandown Cup. This horse has had 3 starts back from a spell. It probably needs this step up in trip. It ran second in this exact race last year, beaten less than half a length. Overall, it's had 3 starts at this distance for 2 wins and that second placing. And I think at this stage of preparation, it should be ready to win. That's race number 2, horse number 4, Azuro. We're getting $4 about it. His best value bet of the day, Stu, comes up in race number 4 at Sandown. It's horse number 2, Goldfields at $8. This horse has had 10 wins from his 40-odd starts throughout his career. He comes off a last start win in the Sale Cup where he beat Mandela Effect. Mandela Effect then came out during the Cup week at Flemington and won, so the form is stacked up through that horse. And if he brought that kind of form here, he'd certainly be a winning chance once again. That's race 4, number 2, Goldfields. Stu's tip in the Zipping Classic. He's with Dal Harold. That's horse number 6. And he's an $11 chance. If this horse wins, I'll probably cry because I've been tipping it all prep and I'm jumping off today. But he does find, again, a suitable race. The blinkers come off. He ran in the Geelong Cup last start. He remains at the 2,400 metres. Hopefully the blinkers coming off will do the trick for Stu. He's an $11 chance. That's race 8, number 6, Dal Harold. We'll get into Cory Frenchy France, his selections for the day. And he's taken us over to New South Wales for his best bet of the day. It's race number 2 at Newcastle. Horse number 7, it's a race for the 2-year-olds. He's with Tilia Rose. It's a $3.90 chance from the Peter and Paul Snowden yard. This horse has trialled well. It ran second in its first trial and won its second trial. Generally, when they trial that well from this stable, they tend to bring it to race day. And if it brings that kind of trial form, it's from a very strong yard. It'll be very competitive in the 2-year-old race at Newcastle over 900 metres. That's race 2, number 7, Tilia Rose. Corey's best value bet of the day is back over in Melbourne at Sandown, should I say. It's race number 9, horse number 9, Vanuatu. She's a $6 chance. She comes into this third up from a spell. She was beaten less than half a length last start in Group 3 company at Moonee Valley. It's a very open race, this, but if she brought that kind of form, then she'd be competitive in this at around $6. Her only previous start at this track and distance was a 2 3/4 length victory. So She obviously goes well here, and if she reproduced that, she'd be very competitive. Cory's tip in the Zipping Classic, the big one of the day. He's gone for his namesake, Cory Frenchy France. He's with horse number 5, Southern France. He's a $3.80 chance. This horse has had one start in Australia, which was in the Melbourne Cup. He did absolutely nothing there, but we have seen horses drop out of the Melbourne Cup and contest this race with good success in years gone past. Cory thinks that's going to happen once again with Southern France. Back to 2,400 metres. If he brought his European form to this race and was able to reproduce it, he'd certainly be a very strong winning chance. That's race number 8, horse number 5, Southern France. Finally, we get into Big Hef selections, and his best bet of the day comes up in race number 6 at Sandown. It's horse number 4, Dubai. He's a representative of the Godolphin stable, trained by Charlie Appleby, ridden by James Doyle. He's probably one of the best trainers in the world, Charlie Appleby, and James Doyle is right up there with the best in the world in terms of the jockeys. We saw this horse back in Sydney during the championships earlier this year, where he did absolutely nothing. But they interestingly put him out for a spell and brought him back to Australia for his first up run here. So we haven't seen him since, but he does have a very good fresh record with 6 starts for 2 wins and 3 second placings. Obviously, the stable think they've got him in tip-top shape and bring him back to Australia in search of some of our rich prize money over here. And if he was to bring his best form, he would certainly be a very good winning chance in this race. That's race 6, number 4, Dubai. Big Hef, his best value bet of the day is race number 5, horse number 2, Crystal Dreamer. That's my best bet of the day. We've taken you through his chances, and he's also with me in the Zipping Classic at Sandown, tipping number 1, Humidor at $4. It's going to be a huge day. Zipping Classic Day is always big, and we've also got the inaugural running of the Hunter over at Newcastle in New South Wales. There's plenty of action to get involved in. Don't forget to check out those SportChamps tournaments, as we've been doing all carnival in Melbourne. And we'll be back to do it all again next weekend here on the DFR Racing Show, The Swoopers.